Um,
I'm yeah, yeah. No, listen. I'm sitting here listening to you. I'm super interested in your story and I didn't hit record.
it's it's okay.
I'm like so enthralled, like listening so hard, like I totally didn't even hit record. So just to back up a little bit, you're a caretaker, correct?
Yes, I am a caregiver. I'm a mom
Okay.
of
And
2.
then how,
Go
how
ahead.
many clients do you have? How many clients do you have?
Well, and they go, and right now back down to their minimum again. So I'm trying to grow.
Okay.
Um,
Mhm.
um, funds are up one day and down the next because I never know how long they're going to be with me. But I've experienced. God has allowed me to experience life and death because I think He knew that was something I didn't want to deal with. With one of my clients, I always said, "Not on my watch." Um, I don't want this to happen on my watch, but God had another plan for me, and it was on my watch. But I can say the morning of transitioning, we had a great time. I was able to do all of the necessary washing, brushing, just getting the day started of regular hygiene. We were getting ready for lunch, and I said, "I'm getting your lunch prepared." And she smiled. And then I turned around again to say, "Be right back." And it was off. But
That one.
it was, yeah, it
Yeah,
was
yeah, yeah.
an experience that
Right.
I wasn't prepared for, but I had to be prepared then. And that little voice in my head say, "You remember, we always be ready, so we don't have to get ready." And that's all.
Mm.
But I couldn't reach anybody to kind of help me through it because at the time the family had went out for a moment, and it was just me and God at that point. I guess He didn't want me to talk to anybody. So I said my prayer and kind of got myself after, of course. A tremendous, I would say, experience, but also a lasting experience that I can say I'm prepared for. Because you always say, "I don't want to get close," but you never know how close you are to the client until they're no longer here. So all the memories always play a part of my everyday life.
Mhm.
And when I always obtain another client, I'm always ecstatic to say, "I'm here to help." I don't ever want them to feel
Yeah, that
they're not uh, capable of.
right. Yeah, no, I completely agree with you. There's so many people, and I think that's even with the cleaning business because we would go in and clean someone's house, and like nobody had even checked in on them in months. Like they didn't know where their grandkids were. They didn't know, like nobody cares.
Yeah.
Some of these people, they'll literally sit or die in their house, and nobody will know that they're even dead in there,
Yeah.
and it's crazy. So what are you doing in terms of well, first of all, what have you learned so far? I mean, dealing with people who are dying, I think a lot of people they're afraid, right? They're
Yeah.
afraid of it.
They are.
Um
They are.
um what if someone's dealing like for me, for instance, my grandmother is 92 years old. And well, how am I going to handle that? She doesn't have anybody here outside of me visiting and checking in. I mean, she's got a couple friends and stuff like that, but what do you say someone who's really never dealt with death in that manner?
I guess that really is a great question because I believe you touched softly on the subject because the person has to have that special connection of knowing that we live and we must transition, meaning that we're no longer here. I always say embrace the memories, not the sad part of it, because we have so much here we have to deal with, and knowing that there's a better home that God has prepared for us gives me joy in knowing that we left all, or they left all of their memories. We get a chance to sit down, embrace, love a little bit harder because it's a blessing to be 92. When I have patients in their 90s, or clients, I'm sorry, clients in their 90s, I love it because there's wisdom there that lets you know that they've lived a wonderful life, for one. And two, if they believe, they have no fear once they're at that age. And they want to always have that sense of knowing that you're okay. So I always
Mm,
say embrace your memories and know that they're going to be okay, because I think they feel us, uh, our
mm,
spirits on the inside.
mm,
Whether we try not to show it or not, they can sense when you have like a question of, what am I going to do next? Or how do I handle this from here? They always want to have that sense of knowing that what they left with you is going to always be cherished. And that's how
mm,
I just think about all the wonderful times that they had. And if they're in a capacity to talk, I always just listen and I piggyback off of what they tell me. Um, and
mm,
and just say, it's beautiful. It's beautiful when you can hear the stories, remember um their legacy. That's why I always say, if we can just breathe every day, like looking at the sunshine when it comes up and when it goes down. I think that's how life is. It's a roller coaster. But at
mhm,
their age, we just have to know that they're going to be okay. And that's how I embrace it, of knowing, s- especially if they're in pain. I always say, just embrace it. Embrace it one day at a time and start breathing. Breathe through it, you know? Every day's not going to
mhm,
be sunny, but we breathe through it and
mhm,
relax and remember the good things, is how I say. Because if we harp on how they begin to not be so well, I think that's what bothers us the most, is that we think they're suffering, but they're really not. Um, because the best quality that we can give our loved ones when we know that they're getting closer is to love on them. And I still am a true
mhm,
believer that love still
mhm.
conquers all of that, regardless. Love
Yeah,
conquers it because experiences has taught me to just embrace the good times. And I think that's what keeps me going and doing this. Um, no matter how many
mhm,
transition from me, I still embrace.
mhm,
And I always remember
mm.
that one thing that they said that keeps me going, and said, okay, I can breathe. And that's just how you cope with it. You just have to breathe and know
Yeah,
it's gonna be okay.
yeah, 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 yeah. So, in terms of like when you find clients, do you actually go to hospice and like take care of them in hospice, or do you go to them?
I actually do the in-home. I love doing in-home because I'm a
Mhm,
true believer, not to take them from the environment that they know. And that goes
mhm,
for us too. So we can tie the two together. If you would take me from
mhm,
a place that I'm familiar with, I'm not going to do so well. And that's the same with our loved ones. When we or they become older and we take them from where they're accustomed to, everything begins to be gray, meaning they don't know where they
mm,
are. They
mm,
don't know how to really maneuver anymore. Everything is grayed out. So when we take them from something or the surrounding that they've pretty much built for themselves and we put them, say, in hospice, the faces are unfamiliar to them. But we can do hospice, and I don't know if a lot of families know this. We can do hospice right at home. It still gives them
mm,
that
mhm,
wonderful care at home and being
mm,
at home,
mhm,
because that's where most
mhm,
of our elderly want to be, at home, at peace. I think that's where they find the best peace is being at home, and they get the best care at home. Because when we
Yeah.
get into facilities, they're next in line. If, I always say they don't get the one-on-one attention if they're in a facility. I know it's hard to make
Mhm.
a decision to say I'm going to allow my family to be at home, but that's a great way to continue to give them the quality of life that they work so hard for. Because
Mm.
within the
Mhm.
facilities, that sense of quality care that they have, or the sense of, like you say, some don't have um, a lot of family. But when they have that
Oh.
one caregiver that can be able to just pour into them, that can listen to them, that can give them what they need, keep them, I say, upkeep, their hygiene together, or just pouring themselves into them, that gives them that sense of, I can do this or I can make it. And if they don't, at least they went well because they knew that they had that sense of quality right there at their fingertips.
That's awesome. Yeah, that now you can do that for me.
Okay, well, I'll come to, I think it's Detroit anytime. Anytime. I'm trying to grow my business and I do
Yeah.
want that love
Mm.
that
Mhm. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. So, how did you get into this at first? And then also, I was going to say, do they come in? Just a short question. Do they come in and then do they give like palliative care? Like not palliative care, but do they give like medicine and morphine and stuff? Or is that something that you would do as well?
well, they hospice normally does their part, and we normally do ours. They will administer all medications that are needed, or the family member. We just are there to assist them in giving what they need. Is what I
Okay.
um,
Okay.
and that gives that hand in hand of reassuring that the family still is helping, because they
Mhm.
do want to help, but they
Mhm.
sometimes get overwhelmed. So having that
Mhm.
extra set of hands or extra set of eyes that can guide them through is perfect. And that gives them that sense of, I can do this. But when you
Yeah.
have a family caregiver that's doing it all 24 hours a day,
Mhm.
7 days a week, if it's a year or two, that's 365 days times 2 or 3. That's a lot of time that I don't have for myself. So when they bring us in, they can still have their quality of life as well. I know mom or dad or my loved one, whether it's my brother, my sister, whatever part of the family, is in great hands. I can go to the movies. I can go out and eat. I have this allotted time during my day that I can just concentrate on me for a moment and know that everything back home is going to be okay. That gives them that sense of, I do want them at home. I don't have to put them in a facility because I also have a part of my life that I can still enjoy. I think that's why I pour a lot into wanting to get my business to grow, because I do want families to feel at ease of knowing that just because you're caring for or you're the power of attorney of your loved one, you make whatever decisions for them, that you too can still enjoy your life. That's what I'm here for.
Yeah, yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. So back up a little bit. How did you get into this?
Well, one day, my daughter was talking and she said, you know what? You've always had
Mm.
this compassion to want to take care of people. Why don't you make your dream come true? I was like, what?
Mhm.
What are you saying here? What are you telling
Yeah.
me? She says,
Yeah.
well, you always wanted to be a nurse and you let your dream kind of slide, but you can do it this way. why don't you try doing this? And that's how I got started. It was
Yeah.
someone pushing me, that seen that that's really what I wanted to do,
Mhm.
but I never wanted
Mhm.
to push myself. So my daughter pushed me to do my calling, and my calling is
Yeah. Yeah.
just what I'm doing. I don't mind having one or two clients. For me, I
Mhm.
just want to pour my heart.
Yeah.
I'm trying not to cry. I just,
Oh, yeah, no. Well, the thing is though is, we can get you to the point where like, I mean, if I can put you on YouTube and I can post your video and stuff like that and promote your services, I would love to be able to do that. Do you, what happens if you get like 10 clients or 5 clients,
well,
you
that will
know?
have to go and start hiring. It's only been me, really, just doing,
Okay. Uh-huh.
because it's always, I think this was a calling for you to reach out and
Uh-huh.
say,
Yeah.
I've been
Yeah.
praying, and
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
I've been
Uh-huh.
asking God to grow me a little more.
Yeah.
Which
Yeah, absolutely.
was just perfect timing to the answer of my prayer,
Mhm.
that this
Yeah.
my
So
passion and calling. Not that I'm
mhm.
anything like that. It's just I want to provide
Mhm.
quality care.
Yeah, absolutely. Do you have, like, a business card and, like, do you have, like, an LLC and stuff like that?
I have my LLC. I do have my
Okay.
business cards. So
Okay.
I have some things in place. It's just
Uh-huh.
with the economy becoming so expensive now, I've had to slow down a
Mm.
bit
Mhm.
to do
Uh-huh.
things. But I'm definitely with the state of Florida, and I'm sorry. Just talking about this just gives me emotion.
No, I know, that's great, I love it. Keep crying, keep crying. Let it out, let it out. So, um, okay, alright, so and you said Florida. Now what city are you in, if I may
Mm.
ask?
I'm in the beautiful city of Ocala,
Okay,
Florida.
okay.
And
Okay,
it's horse
okay.
country here. We're known for the horses.
Oh, okay. Yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
I'm
Well,
just
that's so
overwhelmed.
great.
I'm happy.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Well, I'm gonna do my best and I'm gonna get your video out there and hopefully promote it a little bit in Florida and maybe even help call around and we'll get you going. We'll get you going. It's just once you get that role and we'll figure it out. We'll get you. It's hard, especially when it's like all of a sudden you have like 5 clients or 10 clients, and now you're like, what am I gonna do? And you're like, pull your hair out, but we'll get you there, because that's really that's really key at the end of the day. So
Yeah.
yeah, I love hearing it. I started a cleaning business, I think it was like 10 years ago, and I market and I advertise. I do a lot of advertising. And then I started just cleaning houses and then I bought a laundromat.
Oh, I
So
seen that. I seen your laundry, and I looked. I said, "Now she said she's putting carpet." One day, she's a great, a great turnover,
oh,
and it just made me like say, "Wow, how did she get started? What do I need to know to get me
yes.
out there where I can flourish?"
So
Because
yeah, listen, I know you're gonna succeed simply because I can sense you have a fire in you. There is a burning fire that you know what you know, and you're gonna get it no matter what. And that's all it took for me. I didn't wanna live in poverty. I didn't wanna I w and I just cleaned really, really, really well, and I cleaned a lot, and now I'm here, and I'm in a totally different position. So, and people can sense that, people can see that, and that's what it takes, and I can sense it. Like right on you right away. I know that this is where your heart is. And that's it. That's all it's and it seems so weird. like, it seems so like, "Oh, that's it? Like, that's really it?" But not everybody has that. Not many people have that. They don't have the fire, they don't have the drive, and they're not willing to go the extra mile, and you have all of those things. So, don't even we'll get you there. I get calls. I'd spend 10 years and I get calls almost every day to have someone clean their house or just through reputation, just simply through reputation. So I promise you'll get there. We'll get you there.
Thank
So,
you so much.
mhm.
This
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
definitely a blessing to me, and I
Yeah,
appreciate
absolutely.
you
Mhm.
reaching out.
Definitely, definitely. All right,
Thanks
well,
for the
I'm off. I
opportunity.
actually what?
I say
What?
thank you for giving me this big opportunity. You are truly a
Oh,
blessing.
yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. All right. Well, I have got someone cleaning my house now.
Oh, wow! Okay,
Yes.
okay.
So I'm gonna go attend to her and I appreciate you again.
Well, I appreciate you even more. May you have a wonderful day, and may God continue to smile upon you. I
Thank you
appreciate
so much.
you. You're
Yep.
welcome. Bye-bye.
Yep. Yep. Bye.